Welcome to our video on the U.S. multi-billion-dollar aircraft carriers and their role in the ongoing tensions between the United States and China in the South China Sea. In this video, we'll explore how these vessels are changing the strategic balance in the region and what it means for the future of the South China Sea. The South China Sea has long been a disputed region, with several countries claiming ownership of the area. However, China's territorial claims in the region have become increasingly assertive in recent years, leading to tensions with other nations in the area, including the United States. With a staggering cost of $13.3 billion, the Ford is the largest and most expensive warship ever to set sail. Its impressive 5-acre flight deck and cutting-edge technologies make it a formidable force, designed to remain the most powerful carrier in the world well into the year 2050 and beyond. The vessel is capable of carrying 4 fighter squadrons and over 60 planes, with the capacity to accommodate up to 90. Its air power outmatches that of at least 60 nations, and it even holds more stealth fighters than the entire armed forces of Russia. To counter China's military expansion in the region, the U.S. has deployed several of its most advanced aircraft carriers to the South China Sea. These vessels are equipped with the latest military technology and are capable of projecting American naval power across the region. One of the most significant features of these aircraft carriers is their size. The U.S. Gerald R. Ford, for example, is the largest and most powerful aircraft carrier ever built. It is over 1,000 feet long and can carry up to 75 aircraft. The U.S. Nimitz and U.S. Ronald Reagan are 2 other aircraft carriers that have been deployed to the region recently, both of which are similarly impressive in their size and capabilities. These aircraft carriers are equipped with advanced technologies such as electromagnetic launch systems, which enable them to launch aircraft faster and with greater precision than ever before. They are also equipped with advanced sensors and communication systems, which allow them to gather intelligence and coordinate with other naval vessels in the area. The deployment of these aircraft carriers has changed the strategic balance in the South China Sea, giving the U.S. a significant military advantage in the region. However, it has also raised tensions between the U.S. and China, with China seeing the deployment of these vessels as a threat to its territorial claims. As tensions across the Pacific continue to rise, America's latest aircraft carrier, the U.S. Gerald R. Ford, has been deployed for the first time. However, uncertainty looms over the role these massive warships will play in the future of warfare. Despite its impressive capabilities, the role of such behemoths in future warfare remains uncertain. As technology evolves, there are concerns that these carriers may become increasingly vulnerable to new forms of attack, such as hypersonic missiles. Additionally, the rise of unmanned aerial vehicles and other new technologies may shift the focus away from manned aircraft carriers. Only time will tell how the U.S. Gerald R. Ford and carriers like it will fare in the ever-evolving landscape of modern warfare. However, for now, this massive warship represents a powerful symbol of American military might and a significant asset in the country's strategic arsenal. The U.S. Gerald R. Ford and the entire Pacific Fleet of the U.S. Navy may soon become obsolete, thanks to China's new anti-ship missiles. Capable of maneuvering at hypersonic speeds of over Mach 5, these missiles have the potential to wipe out even the most advanced ships currently sailing the oceans. This development is reminiscent of the emerging technology in World War II, where Japan deployed squadrons of attack planes to sink the most powerful U.S. and British battleships. According to a sobering report from the Congressional Research Service updated in August 2022, the Navy is concerned about the survivability of its surface ships in potential combat situations against adversaries, such as China. The latter is known to possess large numbers of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, and advanced anti-ship missiles, making the Navy's current fleet vulnerable. While Russia also possesses hypersonic weapons, China poses the most significant threat to the Navy. The country has aggressively scaled the size of its naval fleet in the past decade and developed several anti-ship weapons, including highly maneuverable hypersonic missiles capable of reaching Mach 10. China is not hiding its intentions, as one of its weapons testing sites in the Taklamakan Desert has full-size mock-ups of U.S. aircraft carriers that it uses for target practice. As China continues to develop and deploy its hypersonic weapons, the Navy will have to devise new strategies and technologies to counter the threat. Failure to do so could result in significant losses and a shift in the balance of power in the Pacific. The race is on to determine who will emerge as the dominant naval power in the region. China's growing military presence in the South China Sea poses a significant threat to the region, particularly at a precarious time when tensions are high. The country claims sovereignty over almost the entire sea, extending thousands of miles from its shores. However, those territorial claims are heavily disputed, with international law recognizing territorial claims only up to 12 nautical miles offshore. This situation is concerning for America's allies in the region, who rely on the U.S. naval presence to maintain free shipping lanes. Retired Marine and former CIA officer Jason Lyons warns that the Pacific Fleet is now within range of China's anti-ship missiles and drones, leaving it vulnerable without the ability to defend itself or mount a counterattack. Even the most advanced fighters operated aboard U.S. Flatovs, such as the F/A-18 Super Hornet and F-35C Joint Strike Fighter, can only reach targets up to about 700 miles away. This is not only a problem for the U.S. Navy, but an existential crisis for the entire region. The continued buildup of China's military capabilities, including advanced anti-ship weapons, poses a significant threat to regional security and stability. It also raises questions about the future of naval warfare and the role of traditional naval powers, such as the United States. As tensions continue to rise in the region, it is clear that new strategies and technologies will be necessary to maintain the balance of power and ensure the safety and security of all parties involved. The U.S. Navy is hopeful that laser technology could provide a solution to defend against hypersonic missiles, but the current lower-powered lasers are not reliable enough to do so. Although defense contractors have tested these lasers and even successfully shot down a drone earlier this year, a laser with enough power to stop hypersonic missiles is still years away from development. Despite this, the Pentagon remains confident in the potential of emerging laser technology. In fact, it has canceled research into other promising weapons, such as railguns and gun-launch guided projectiles, which were previously seen as a means to defend the Navy's fleet against modern weapons. Now, with those projects put on hold, the critical question is whether the Navy can develop laser technology quickly enough to thwart any potential threat before it becomes too late. The stakes are high, and the urgency for a solution is more pressing than ever given the growing threat from China's rapidly advancing military capabilities, including hypersonic missiles, which could render traditional naval defenses obsolete. In conclusion, the deployment of U.S. multi-billion-dollar aircraft carriers to the South China Sea is a significant development in the ongoing tensions between the United States and China. These vessels represent the latest in military technology and enable the U.S. to project its naval power across the region. However, the deployment of these vessels has also raised tensions between the two nations and has the potential to escalate the conflict in the region. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this video